101.5 FM, that's Billy Yates, and I smell smoke from my old flame.
From your old flame.
Yes, indeed. Well, there it is. That's what he said. I smell smoke because it's my old flame. Well, we have been... Well, no, not we. You, Tracy, you've been doing some terrific job unearthing some superstardom and great young talents. You've been doing it for about 4 years now, unearthing all this great talent.
There is that much Australian talent out there. It's just unbelievable.
And another young lady who's doing some terrific things. She first came on the radar probably about 18 months ago, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. Anyway, I would have been mid-2011, so just over 12 months ago, was young lady by the name of Margie-Mag. Well, she's matured to a very mature 16-year-old now, so we thought we might find a little bit more out of Margie-Mag. She's got a new single out called Road Train, and she joins us tonight. Margie-Mag, thanks for joining us. Pretty exciting times for you.
Oh, very exciting times for me.
You were just saying that you've been flat out with plenty of radio interviews this week. People have really picked up on this song that you've co-written with Katrina Burgoyne, one of our favourites here.
Yeah, look, it's been so successful. The feedback that we've had from the song has just been incredible. I mean, I just want to say thank you for everyone listening to it, because it's awesome for a 16-year-old to have a song on the radio and you know, get into the car and all of a sudden hear your song playing on the radio, and the fact that people are requesting it is just amazing.
It hasn't hurt you being a genuine country girl either from Dubbo, does it?
No, it doesn't.
You obviously come from a real country background.
Yeah, very country background. My dad was in the industry when he was very young, and I sort of grew up listening to a lot of an Australian and American country music. But it's always been there, and ever since I was a little girl, I was standing on the back of the ute, singing a Casey Chambers song, and just dancing, and it's always been there. It's always been a part of my life, and it will always be a part of my life.
So, Margie, is it something that you want to set your whole career on at the moment? Because, I mean, at 16, you're still going through school at the moment, are you? Or you're getting pretty close to finishing that, aren't you?
Yeah, I have 2 terms left. I'm only going through until the end of year 10.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm hopefully going on tour next year, so I'm going to be away about 6 months of the term next year. So 6 months of the year next year. So we sort of thought we'll do school, it's important, but my music is just so much more important.
At this stage, I mean, you can defer your education, because you can always go back and do it, though, can't you?
Yeah, that's right. You can always go back and do it. Yeah.
So, what sort of feedback have you had from people like? I know you've worked with people like Bill Chambers and Jeff McCormack. What sort of feedback are you getting from them?
Look, they're amazing help. They're just incredible people to work with. I mean, Bill Chambers is probably, in my mind, one of the best songwriters I've ever been able to work with or heard of. So getting to songwrite with him and getting to record with him and getting to be a part of their industry is incredible, especially at 16.
Well, with this new song you got at the moment, Road Train, now you co-wrote that with Katrina. Is it something that you sort of had the bass to and then Katrina helped with it, or was it something you did together?
No, it's something we completely did together. It's something that we, I just went over to her place, and as 2, girlfriends, we kind of just sat and ate chocolate cake and watched, a movie or so, and then just sort of went, let's write a song. We've got a couple of hours before I have to go, and just got this, what I personally think is just an amazing song out. So, yeah.
With if you were to do your wish list as far as people that you could write with, who would be some of the ones, international or Australian, who are people that you really look up to in the industry as great songwriters? Obviously, you've mentioned Bill Chambers already, but other ones?
Look, because I would probably call myself a bit of an alternative country artist, Ed Sheeran, I reckon. Ed Sheeran is probably one of the main people that I would absolutely be stoked to songwrite with. I think he's absolutely incredible, and I look up to him, in the way he writes. Everything he writes has a meaning behind it, and everything he, sings has a meaning behind it. And I look up to that a lot. But
Give us an example of one of Ed's songs that that takes you for there.
the 18, his hit one that he's got at the moment. That the meaning behind that song is so deep, and when you really get into it, and when you really, see, when you hear him talk about what the actual meaning is behind that song, it's just so deep, and it's got such a deeper meaning and such a closer to home for him, so he gets more passion into it than what people think, and that I look up to.
Well, let's hope that's one of the things that comes off for you, that you get to write with some of your idols and get your feelings and your message out there as well. You said you're looking at doing some touring next year. What's in the pipeline? Tell us, give us a bit of a sneak preview of what's in the pipeline in the next 12 months.
In the pipeline in the next 12 months is probably...
It's all right, no one's listening, so you can tell whatever you like.
Maybe a bit of a tour, maybe a new CD coming out, and maybe a film clip coming out.
It's very important to get these film clips out at the moment, but you did mention the tour. Now, do you know sort of how far and wide you would take that tour, the first one?
No, we're not sure yet. We haven't quite worked out what's happening with it yet. But
it's a lot. Now, who's actually helping you? You've got your family, obviously, are big supporters. Because 16 years old, not everyone goes, yeah, go along, make your music your careat, get out there and put albums down and do all this sort of stuff. So it's great that you've got a great family background there to help you.
Yeah.
And they're obviously. What about? Are you looking at going overseas?
Don't know yet. Can't give too much away yet. It's got to be a surprise later in the year.
Don't worry, we are known to get the scoops, you know that.
Well, the EP's called Margie-Mag. It's got some terrific stuff on it. We might go out with... sorry?
I want to know where we can get it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if listeners tonight want to know how they can get hold of Margie-Mag, the EP, how do they do that? They
can go onto either iTunes, and my whole EP is on iTunes, or they can send me an email, which is just margie@kevinhockey.com, and they can send me an email and we'll work out a way to get a hard copy to you. And or the website will be set up in a couple of weeks' time, and you should be able to purchase it off there too.
Watch this space. Tracy will have that on the Facebook site as well.
I will.
I imagine.
You sure will.
And you can always become a friend with Margie-Mag and follow it that way. So there you go. Terrific. We're going to go out with Road Train now. For those people who haven't heard of Margie-Mag, haven't heard the music, this is Road Train, and let's hear what all the fuss is about. How about you introduce it for our listeners, Margie-Mag?
Hi guys. This is Road Train by Margie-Mag Hockey and Katrina Burgoyne.